Hey, what's up guys? So we're here in 2.0 on the public test server checking out the new housing features. So this is a 28 by 28 house, mansion, manor type thing, whatever it's called exactly. And you'll notice that we've just gotten this new feature where you can have double decker, 3-story houses, like upgrade your houses. So we've got one over there. And currently you can upgrade the 24 by 24 thatched farmhouses and then the 28 by 28s. You click on the F button right here, the magnifying glass. Show information, brings it up. You go to remodel right down here, as right next to the rename, and it brings up this menu that has a whole bunch of different houses, and you just kind of get overwhelmed here. There's, for the 28 by 28, there's 3 different versions. You have an armory, you have a potions, and then you have a tradesman, which allows you to craft trade packs. So the tradesman allows you to craft trade packs. The potion one here, the Aptharacry potions. It's pretty much an alchemy shop. And then the armory allows you to craft weapons and armors. So I want the potion one here, and then there's above, there's actually a preview button, so you can preview what the house is gonna look like. Let's move back some. So you can preview what the house is gonna look like before you build it, because it is quite expensive. We'll get into that in just a second. So you can see it looks freaking amazing. You can also rotate it again, change that position. It has so many different style of houses. You have to go up there and click the preview to see what it looks like. So you make it back to the basic house. It's funny, that one like sunken down into the ground. So these ones right here doesn't appear like they actually have any functionality to them. Yeah, it just has a sunroom. So I really don't think that you're gonna want to spend a lot of materials to actually make them into sunrooms. You're probably going to want up here, the very top 3 or so. Oh, we got it right here. So it's down here. Top ones are all kind of funky double-decker, double stories level. So we're only seeing, let's go ahead and make the potion one. And before I actually do that, we'll talk about the cost. So blueprints you get by putting Everstone, all the housing designs. I'm not 100% certain on that. I haven't physically done it myself, but that's what I've been told. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. Yeah, you break down your old 15 Gildastar houses, your 50, any house design you can break down for Gildastars now. So house designs are going to be worth a little bit more money, and that's why we've noticed that before the patch hit, the houses, the 15 Gildastar houses were selling for like 50 or 60 gold each. It's a crazy amount, whereas like a month ago, they were only 5 or 10 gold. Very, very cheap. The next thing that you need is the blueprint modification permit, which is very expensive. You need 3 of them as well. First thing it makes it expensive is you have to buy an item from the NPC that sells it for 300 gold. So it's just a flat 300 gold, got to buy from the general merchant. And then on top of that, you need 100 tax certs. So right there, that's pretty expensive. You need 3 of them, so that's 900 gold and 300 tax certs to get that step out of the way. And then these over here, your construction bundles. They all require 50 of the corresponding units there. So 50 of the lumber, 50 of the bricks, 50 of the iron ore, it looks like, for that one. So very, very expensive right there. As you can see, you need 80 of those, 60 of those, 60 of those. You need quite a bit. So very, very expensive. This is not cheap, guys. This is really, really high-end, very expensive stuff. It's going to be great for you. It also raises your taxes as well. So again, if you're trying to avoid taxes or kind of have too much taxes, you can't pay them, don't upgrade, because this is going to increase your taxes pretty significantly. Goes from 50 to 80 for your deposit, 25 to 40, and then total taxes over here is 160. So let's go ahead and build this. And it's telling us, do we want to proceed? Let's go and angle it how we want it. Let's go right there. Confirm. It's going to be built up in just a second. And so it's like this. So let's use a blue soul hammer to complete the building. So let's go ahead and We don't have any blue soul hammer, so we need to go get a blue soul hammer. So right there, very, very cheap, costs 1 gold to get that. So with your hammer in bag, go ahead and smash that thing out. And there you have it. It looks like, I don't know, is that how it's supposed to look? Yeah, looks like that's how it's supposed to look here. So inside, you got your house. I believe you could also add a lot more decorations in here. I'm not into that kind of thing, but yeah, that's your thing. There's also a portal, so move up to the upper layer. It's pretty cool. And then over here, you got, this is what it's all about, your Alchemy Station. So let's go pull this up, see what we can craft here in the Alchemy Workstation. So we got alchemy, cooking, and printing. So you can pretty much craft all the high-end potions with no proficiency requirements here, and it's extremely cheap compared to actually crafting them by yourself. So look at that. So to craft 10 of the mossy pole, you only need 72 medicinal powder, 20 iris, 10 thistle, 5 cornflower, 3 alloy, and 1 bay leaf. That is like insanely cheap. Give you an example of this. So mossy pool, right there. Let's see, I can't pull it up. So let's go here. Go over to alchemy, potions. So the mossy pool over here. In order to create 10 of the mossy pool before, you needed 1 bay leaf, 12 medicinal powder, but you needed a whole, you need, all of these 10 of the Times River. In order to create Times River, you need 3 there, 5, 10, 20. Alright, so it's actually exactly the same materials, actually. It's just getting rid of the proficiency cost. 5, 15, 20, 30. Okay, so it's exactly the same materials. Very interesting. It looks like it's a lot cheaper to craft this over here, but it's not. Very, very interesting right there. So it appears really, really cheap, but again, it's the same actual materials. Very interesting. Healing potion would, typically be exactly the same. Let's take a look at the defense potions here, because this is pretty important. These guys were very expensive to make. So Kingdom Heart here. 20 of those, 10 honey, 20 clubhead funguses, 150 labor. We'll take a look at their corresponding potion. So over here, you only make 5 of these guys, so we have to double all the materials. So 10 sparkling dust, 10 clubhead fungus, 20 sunflowers. So yeah, it looks actually like it's the same exact materials here, just doubled up over here, and you don't need the proficiency to make it. It's very, very interesting. It's deceivingly looks smaller over here. It's very interesting. Okay, so these are the exact same materials that you need, just with no proficiency requirements. So very, very interesting right there. The other thing is that you can set these houses to family or public or guild, and anyone can use these workstations. So if you set it to public or find someone that has a house that is public, they can go ahead and craft these potions without needing the required proficiencies to craft these materials. So other than that, there's no benefit whatsoever to having these houses. It just takes off that proficiency requirements to make these guys. For the defense potions and stuff, it'll speed things up quite a bit since you're crafting 10 right away. So again, same thing with the mana potions, it'll speed things up quite a bit. But other than that, you don't get any, it's not cheaper to craft. All the materials are exactly the same. It just speeds things up a little bit and takes away the proficiency. That is very, very interesting. And it's not something that that people expected. People expected these to be cheaper, but just by looking at them, they look a little bit cheaper than what you craft normally. Very, very interesting there. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, post them down below.